Rip him apart! You have to stop him! To the entrance. Don't let him see you. Wait for my command. What an impressive display! A pity you could not let your father live to see it. As for your mother, once I've dealt with you, I promise I'll give her my full attention.
My name is Desmond Miles. I'm a prisoner of war. A war I never knew existed, waged by two groups I never thought were real. Templars and assassins. The Animus showed me the truth. The things I've seen, the things I've been. 1,000 years of history flowing through my veins, brought to life by this machine. They're using me to search for something. Call it the Apple. It's an artifact, one of many so-called pieces of Eden. Templars collect them. It's how they stay in power. And if the Templars get their hands on another one, everything will change. They want to make us all their slaves. When they first brought me here, I was afraid of what would happen if I tried to fight back. Now? Now I'm afraid of what will happen if I don't. But I can't do it alone. And maybe I don't have to. I met someone. Her name is Lucy. I think she's on my side. She's gone now. She was taken away by that bastard Warren Vidic and his Templar masters. I don't know what will happen to her, or what'll happen to me. All I know is I need to get out of here. And I need to do it soon. My name is Desmond Miles, and this is my story.
We have to go.
Lucy, where have you been? Why did they—
Now!
Desmond is about to escape from Sturgo, not by himself, but with Lucy's help after discovering that she is an undercover assassin. But Sturgo is now full on alert, and their chance of escaping is running short. Before they can make the escape, Lucy needs Desmond to synchronize with a new ancestor from an unknown subject called Subject 16, transferred to Desmond Miles, an ancestor who will help the assassin bring an end to the Templars plot once and for all. And his name is Ezio Auditore da Firenze. Desmond and Lucy sneak past the guards and head for the assassin hideout. Just when it looked like they might get trapped in a Sturgo, Desmond used his ancestor ability from Altair, the Eagle Vision, to unlock the elevator, and also combat ability to fight through guards. Now they are finally free from a Sturgo.
Get in.
You're joking.
It's for your own protection.
Oh, man.
We're almost there.
Lucy! You made it!
Lucy introduced Desmond to her fellow assassins, Rebecca Crane and Sean Hastings.
What's all this stuff for?
This stuff, Desmond. Oh, this stuff is nothing special, really, this stuff. It's just the stuff that keeps our entire operation from falling apart, really. It requires a great deal of concentration to keep it all moving, so you'll forgive me if I don't have time to play meet and greet.
Sean's in charge of maintaining our knowledge archives. It's like a digital library. He'll be riding shotgun with me while you're in the Animus. So if you come across anything of note, people, places, events, etc., he'll create database entries you can consult for additional information.
Yeah, it's not just databases, though. I also provide tactical support for the other assassins. You know, Desmond, the ones who are out there, actually doing stuff, risking their lives, little things like that.
Hey, Desmond, what's up?
Just wondering what your role is in all this.
I take care of Baby. It's my job to keep her up and running.
Baby? You mean the Animus?
Actually, I prefer Animus 2.0, since Baby's twice as awesome as anything you'll find at Abstergo. The Templars might have deeper pockets than us, but they've got no ambition, no passion, no competitive edge. That's why, even with all their resources, anything they can do, I can do better. Faster, too. Anyway, take a seat when you're ready, and we can get started. I just need to make a few more adjustments.
It turns out the Templars aren't the only one with the Animus. The Assassin have their own version too, the Animus 2.0, developed by Rebecca and Sean during Lucy's absence. With the Animus memory core that Lucy stole from the Sturgo, everything about this Animus 2.0 is a lot faster than what Abstergo has. Faster processing, advanced user interface, more complexity and features such as database, DNA, etc. With all three modern-day assassins together with Desmond, they plan to train him to become an assassin, not through ordinary training, but by utilizing the bleeding effect, allowing him to absorb years of training from his ancestor in just a matter of days.
You broke me out of Abstergo and brought me here just to make me an assassin?
Look, there's more to it than that, but it'll have to wait. Trust me, okay?
All right, I'm in. Tell me what you need. I'm ready, willing, and able.
Thank you.
Desmond agreed with the team and ready to go back inside the Animus once again.
So how does this work? Of course.
Deep breath.
Oh, what are you, a tiny child?
Sean!
Well...
Here we go.
We arrived in Renaissance Italy, 15th century, Florence, a city where money and power rule. It's where Ezio is born and raised. He is a fighter, a charming person, and fiercely loyal to his family and friends. He also has his loving family too, the Auditore. His father Giovanni.
It reminds me of myself when I was your age.
His mother, Maria.
You should find an outlet.
I have plenty of outlets.
I meant besides vaginas.
Mother.
His brothers, Federico.
You must help him. That pretty face is his only asset.
Fottiti.
And Petruccio.
Grazie, brother.
You still haven't told me why you want these.
I will. In time.
And his sister, Claudia.
I think he's been unfaithful.
Who told you this?
The other girls. I thought they were my friends.
Harpies. You're better off without them.
Along with his lover, Christina, and his supportive friend, the talented Leonardo da Vinci himself. And Ezio just living his good life to the fullest.
It is a good life we lead, brother.
The best. They never change.
And may it never change us.
But unfortunately, Ezio didn't know that his good life was about to change. When his father gave him tasks to run errands, Ezio noticed something was wrong while he was doing so. When he headed back home, everything was destroyed. His father and brothers has been arrested. Ezio needed to know why, so he sprinted his way and climbed to the prison tower at night, hoping for an explanation or an answer to this.
Ezio. Father. What's happened?
Took a bit of a beating, but I'm alright. What of your mother and sister?
Safe now.
Annetta took them.
Yes. Wait. You knew this would happen?
Not the way it did, and not this soon. Doesn't matter now.
What do you mean? Explain!
There's no time. Listen closely. Return to the house. In my office is a hidden door. Use your talent to find it. Beyond lies a chest. Take everything you find inside. Much of it may seem strange to you, but all of it is important.
Ezio delivered the letter to Uberto Alberti, a friend of the Auditore, in hoping that his family will be released tomorrow, until he realized Uberto falsely accused a crime and executed his beloved family member right in front of his eyes.
Father! There! Grab the boy! He's one of them! I'll kill you for what you've done!
Ezio is now desperate for revenge, to bring justice for his family. On his quest and journey, he traveled across Italy, the Renaissance of Florence. The charm and beauty of Venice. The Strange of Tuscany. The Mystery of Florley. And the Spirit of Montercioni. And he learns how to become an assassin, blend into the crowd, hide in plain sight and use the hidden blade to take down the target with the help
But
of
I trust he
Paula
did more than talk. Impressive.
and his allies. His Uncle Mario,
It's a me, Mario!
Uncle Mario?
who helped Ezio learn how to fight properly and let him understand what is an assassin. Leonardo da Vinci,
Oh, Ezio Auditore! I didn't expect to see you again. Welcome back.
who helped Ezio decipher the codex page and create his genius inventions and arsenals, allow Ezio to have more opportunity to take down his target more easily. His fellow assassins provide him with information about the Templars' locations and whereabouts, and make new friends who will aid Ezio throughout his journey. He discovered a Templar conspiracy that seemed to be linked to one person in the Borgia family, Rodrigo Borgia, a Templar's leader. In the Animus, Sean gives us information about Rodrigo Borgia. He was elected Pope in 1492, basically Alexander VI, which means Ezio's greatest enemy is now also the most powerful man in Italy, in an attempt to lead the Templars when he had access to the hidden vault in Vatican City. Throughout his journey, Ezio finally took revenge on those who have falsely murdered his father and brothers, bringing his family name to justice, and slowly assassinate the conspirators one by one to put a stop to their plans to take over the city. During his quest, he noticed that the codex page pointed to some kind of map leading to something called the Pieces of Eden. Leonardo, who has also been researching the codex page during Ezio's journey, mentions a hidden vault that can only be opened by the prophets. Ezio assumed that this had all been a part of the Spaniard plan all along, which is Rodrigo Borgia himself. We see the boat return and witness the ancient artifact itself, the Apple of Eden. Ezio, disguised as a guard, managed to fight through the way to protect the apple from being stolen by Rodrigo Borgia with the help of Uncle Mario and his fellow assassins. The assassins are now in possession of the first pieces of Eden, while the second piece is yet to be discovered. Back in the modern day, Desmond needs to take a break once in a while, because if he keeps being inside the Animus for far too long, it could have side effects. Basically this.
Degradation of cognition, temporal hallucinations, multiple awareness issues, overlapping realities, you know.
So what you're saying is...
What we're saying, Desmond, is if you're not careful, you may not need the Animus to visit with your ancestors, which wouldn't be a bad thing, assuming you could control it. Up until now, though, no one has.
Which is a good thing to let him rest once in a while, but then again, they have to be cautious with his training progress inside the Animus.
Hey, nice work today. You're a natural.
Thanks. It's definitely getting easier. I gotta say, after all the crap I went through at Abstergo, it's nice to be with the good guys.
Good guys? Let's not get carried away.
What's that supposed to mean?
In case you've forgotten, Rebecca, we're assassins. I can look it up for you if you like. Basically, it means we assassinate people.
Only when we have to.
It's a choice. You're choosing to kill.
I haven't killed anyone.
No, not yet. But what do you think all this is for? Eh? You think Lucy is giving you Ezio's abilities so you can build schools in South America and deliver rice to starving Indonesians? What are you, Desmond, a vegan? You'd be the first vegan assassin in history.
Look, it's not ideal, and taking a life is never easy. But sometimes, there's no other way. Sometimes, Desmond, people have to die for things to change.
She's got a point, but don't fool yourself into thinking you have no say. I mean, isn't that what we're all about here? Safeguarding free will?
Sorry, I didn't mean to make it into a whole big thing.
That's cool. So, how's she treating you?
The translation software is still a bit laggy. You're probably catching the odd bit of Italian. Sorry about that.
No worries. Abstergo's machine wasn't perfect either. And the subtitles? Definitely a big plus. What are you up to?
What am I up? Who are you, my mum? I've been running traces on the Codex pages, looking to see if any of them are still around.
And?
Nothing concrete. Reports of one in the archives of the National Central Library in Florence. Maybe a few in the hands of collectors. Probably Templars. I'd send someone to check it out, but we're very short on manpower.
How do you think the Codex wound up in Italy? I mean, it seems so random.
Dante Alighieri by way of Marco Polo.
Seriously?
Something happened in 1321, yeah? Now, I'm still working on making the connections, but from what I can tell, Polo encountered the assassins while visiting Kubla Khan. This must be when he obtained the Codex. Now, when he returned to Italy, he passed it on to Dante. Dante was close to him, if not an assassin himself. Now, I've no idea what brought the two of them together, but I'll tell you what, I reckon we could find out.
I don't think Lucy wants us messing with the Animus.
Yeah, you're right. We've got enough to deal with. I guess satisfying my curiosity will have to wait.
How'd you get mixed up in all this?
Most assassins, Desmond, are like you, yeah? They're born into the Brotherhood. Not me, though.
Here we go.
What? He asked. Anyway, I've always been a big fan of the unexplained. There's something exciting there, you know? A sense that life is more interesting, more mysterious than we've been raised to believe.
So what, you just stumbled across the assassins?
No. I found the Templars first, actually. Abstergo is a big company. It's too big, which means there were slip-ups, you know, like that mess they're having right now with the fluoride. Only I was tracking this stuff years ago. I must have been, what, 14? 15?
You knew Abstergo was a Templar company?
No, not at first. I just knew they were up to no good, and I figured maybe I could do something about it. So I started digging up everything I could on the company, posting stuff to news groups, trying to spread the word, looking for people who might have stories to tell.
You must have gotten Abstergo's attention.
Well, fortunately, I got Rebecca's first. Otherwise, I'd probably be at the bottom of a river.
You're welcome.
Yeah, she tried to warn me, told me I was messing with the wrong kind of people.
And what did you do?
I thought you were mental.
But now you know better.
Yep, now I know you're just a bit mental.
Long story short, I saved his ass. Multiple times. Should have dropped him and let Abstergo have their way.
Listen to you, trying to be all badass.
So what happened?
I have a gift, Desmond. I have a gift for seeing things, making connections. Like your eagle vision, you know? Only useful.
We offered him a place with us.
Yes, you did, yeah. The alternative? A life on the run from the most powerful organization on the planet. I decided to prolong my life. I'm eccentric like that, so I signed up. I've been doing research and analysis for them ever since. Best part is, I love it.
Anyway, I was hoping we could test out your skill retention. See if you've picked up some of Ezio's abilities.
I'm game.
Great. Meet me downstairs when you're ready.
Because of the bleeding effect, Desmond now have the ability to traversal just like Ezio Auditore himself. Jumping, leaping, climbing, etc. And also, we get to know more and understand more about Subject 16.
Alright, you gotta tell me. Why Ezio? Why Italy? I mean, we could have just gone back to Altair again. Followed him during his early years.
It started with 16.
Ah, good old Subject 16. He repainted my room, you know. With his blood.
I'd been going through his files. Vidic flagged a couple of his Animus sessions. A bunch of different ancestors, different dates and locations. Ancient Africa, the Middle East. But towards the end, he became obsessed with Italy. I think he knew about the vault. A few of the records of his later Animus sessions are missing. And the sessions that are there... After everything the Templars put him through, after everything I put him through, it's all scrambled. If we hadn't pushed 16 so hard, we'd have the answers already. And maybe he'd still be alive. All right, I think we're done for the day. You should get some rest.
Lucy, what happened to 16 wasn't your fault. You were just as much a prisoner as I was.
Thanks. Good night, Desmond. I'm glad you're here.
Unfortunately, after testing his skill retention, he immediately hit the side effect. He is now accessing the memory without needing to use the Animus. Crazy, isn't it? It's like time traveling, but without the machine itself. During his time in the Animus, Sean let us know that
I've got a little request for you. I've identified several strange markings that I've discovered right across Renaissance Italy. Now, I don't know what they're doing there, but I want you to help me find out. Rebecca has marked their general location in the database with an eye icon, and she's made them glow as well. Keep an eye out.
and it seemed to be a hidden message left behind by Subject 16 before it disappeared, similar to the sign Desmond discovered in his room. This hidden message was inside the Animus memory core, which was stolen by Lucy and transferred into the Animus 2.0. It's like a broken fragments that scatter around Renaissance Italy. This broken fragment can only be opened inside the Animus, and Desmond is the only person who can have access to these fragments. And what is Subject 16 trying to tell us about the truth?
Wait, that's not possible. This can't be. Hold on. That's computer code. Let me compile it. Oh shit, it's an encrypted file.
Upload it to my computer. I'm a master at decryption.
I can't! It's only compatible with the Animus itself.
Upload it to Desmond then. I can't believe this.
Hello, this is... They call me Subject 16. Listen, I don't have much time. There's something I have to show you. We have been lied to this whole time. Everything we know, everything we've been brought up to believe, it's wrong. Find it. Find them all. And along the way, you'll begin to see the truth.
What the heck? How did this get inside our Animus?
Oh, the memory core. We transferred 16's memory data from Abstergo into the Animus 2.0. He must have hacked the machine when Vidic left him alone between sessions.
Hold on, wait a second. The signs on the walls in Abstergo, the ones written in blood, those were clues. He was telling us to look for them inside the Animus.
The past, a vast web of connections and interconnections, all ruled by chance. Or is it? It's getting easier and easier to hack into Abstergo's mainframe. It's like I know what data I'm looking for. Like I've already lived it. See? Do you see what's going on? Not yet. But you will. People only see what they're trained to see. What the organization wants them to see. Wolves are out hunting. Where has Jack gone? I don't know what's happening to me. I have been in the machine. You keep putting me back in, and I am losing control. It's all blurring together. It happened in 1908. Or was it 2008? 1708? I can't remember! It's getting harder. All the pain across time. It hurts too much. She sees me raise the knife. Only a little bit longer now. The end. Almost the end. It happened before. The pieces were once part of a whole. You still know the truth. It is around us. Signs and paintings, faces, documents. But
We don't see it. See, we are blind to our own creation.
I can't do it. Can I do it? Will it set me free from this endless ring of time? I feel the guillotine cut my throat. The bullet hit my chest. The water fill my lungs. The blood spills out thick and red. It's time to get out. Oh, the moon. I can see the stars. My mind is gone. Lucy, I can't wait any longer. I'm ready to go. She sees me raise the knife.
With every fragment decrypted, this video will help us understand the origin of the pieces of Eden.
Eve!
Look out! Wow.
Was that what I think it was?
We'll send the video out for analysis as soon as Desmond's done in the machine.
You okay?
He'd be able to explain the whole thing to us. If only we could ask him.
Back inside the Animus, at Leonardo Place, Ezio and Leonardo studying the apple, trying to understand why it is so important to the Templars, and what can it actually do. When Ezio touches the apple, it starts to react, revealing that the prophet is none other than Ezio himself. Despite having the apple, the Templars' plot continues because of Rodrigo Borgia, and it takes them 10 years to find him. For 10 years, they worked to collect the remaining codex paste together. 10 years of struggling to protect the apple, witnessed how a single monk could take over the city with just the apple itself, turning Florence from a lovely city into a depression nightmare. But they managed to free it from the stranger's hand, and as a player, we also witnessed one of the greatest speeches, showcasing how much Ezio's character have evolved along with us.
Silenzio! 22 years ago, I stood where I stand now, and watched my loved ones die, betrayed by those I had called friends. Vengeance clouded my mind. It would have consumed me, were it not for the wisdom of a few strangers, who taught me to look past my instincts. They never preached answers, but guided me to learn from myself. We don't need anyone to tell us what to do. Not Savonarola, not the Medici. We are free to follow our own path. There are those who will take that freedom from us. Too many of you gladly give it. But it is our ability to choose whatever you think is true that makes us human. There is no book or teacher to give you the answers, to show you the path. Choose your own way. Do not follow me or anyone else.
Years later, Rodrigo Borgia is now the Pope, and it's time for the assassins to strike back and put a stop to whatever the Spaniards plotting once and for all. Without the codex page found, and the apple is in the hands of the assassins, the codex wall displays a map, shows us the location that Ezio suspected. The valve is in Rome. Mario also let us know that Rodrigo Borgia also seemed to gain access to the staff, which is the second pieces of Eden, and both the apple and the staff are required to open the vault. Ezio then traveled to Rome, confront Rodrigo Borgia, but unfortunately, Rodrigo is more familiar with the pieces of Eden. He managed to overcome Ezio. Despite being stabbed, Ezio is still able to stand up.
What is this place?
And defeated Rodrigo Borgia. With the power of the Apple of Eden and the Staff of Eden, the vault is finally open, allowing Ezio to enter the vault.
Greetings, Prophet. It is good you have come. Let us see it, to give thanks. We must speak.
Who are you?
Many names. When I died, it was Minerva. Before that, Merva and Mera. And on and on. The others, too. Juno, who was before called Uni. Jupiter, who was before called Tinia.
You are... gods.
No, not gods. We simply came before. Even when we walked the world, your kind struggled to understand our existence. We were more advanced in time. Your minds were not yet ready. Still not. Maybe never. No matter. You may not comprehend us, but you will comprehend our warning. You must.
None of what you are saying makes sense.
Our words are not meant for you.
What are you talking about? There's no one else here.
Enough. I do not wish to speak with you, but through you. You are the prophet. You've played your part. You anger him, but please be silent, that we may commune. Listen. When we were still flesh and our home still whole, your kind betrayed us. We who made you. We who gave you life. We were strong, but you were many, and both of us craved war. So busy were we with earthly concerns, we failed to notice the heavens. And by the time we did, the world burned until naught remained but ash. It should have ended then and there. But we built you in our own image. We built you to survive. And so we did. Few were our numbers. Your kind and mine. It took sacrifice, strength, compassion. But we rebuilt. And as life returned to the world, we endeavored to ensure this tragedy would not be repeated. But now, we are dying, and time will work against us. Truth turned into myth and legend. What we built Misunderstood. Let my words preserve the message and make a record of our loss. But let my words also bring hope. You must find the other temples, built by those who knew to turn away from war. They worked to protect us, to save us from the fire. If you can find them, if their work can be saved, so too might this world. Be quick, for time grows short, and guard against the cross, for there are many who will stand in your way. It is done. The message is delivered. We are gone now from this world. All of us. We can do no more. The rest is up to you, Desmond.
What? Who is Desmond? I don't understand. Please, wait. I have so many questions.
What the fuck?
Back in the modern day, Desmond suddenly wakes up and informs that the Templars have found the assassin hideout, forcing the crew to flee. As they prepare to escape, Warren Vidic himself shows up, tried to stop them, but ultimately failed. Desmond are no longer afraid of everyone or what's coming to him, because he now have the abilities and skills to fight like Ezio, thanks to the Animus bleeding effects. He used all of his training skill to defeat the Templars.
Uh-oh, Doc. Looks like it's just you and me now. Enjoy your victory, Mr. Miles. Temporary as it is.
Desmond, we have to go!
So what, the sun is? What's it gonna do? Cook the Earth?
I doubt it, but I don't know. There's been some speculation that the Earth's magnetic field is weakening. A sufficiently strong flare could flip the poles and cause a geomagnetic reversal. It's all theoretical, but if it happens, the planet could become geologically unstable. Very unstable.
It's meant to be the stuff of pseudoscience, but clearly something catastrophic happened to the people of the first civilization.